Hey y'all, we're back. No?
What is wrong with you?
No, you weren't liking that one?
Hi guys, that's my best friend Shenielle.
And that's my best friend Janelle.
And we're kind of rolling into part 2 here. We were just doing how to save. And now we're doing how to get your kids to save. Because, you know, this generation, they don't want to save. They want to spend. They want to buy the food. They want to buy the candy. They want to go to the ice cream truck. They want... Can I spend my money?
No! Save it. It is something that we need to teach the next generation to really do and to honor saving. We kind of came upon this one because we have a young Janelle in our midst. At least I would like to think so. As far as getting her to want to save her money, kind of be a little Scrooge, if you want to call it that. She's really good at saving, and then she'll hit me with the okie doke and I like for her to save. I really want to instill that in her, and because I could see the potential, it's so awesome to be able to have that knowledge as far as maturity when it comes to saving and being strategic with your money. But then I'll tell her, like, no, don't spend it. And then she's like, well, Mom, I have so much money. Like, why can't I? Like, excuse me? It's kind of like, I won't box you, but I'm really happy that you're saving. But how dare you? Like, you should want to continue to save more. Especially if you have your parents and your grandparents and your aunts and your uncles that want to help you to save. So save. So, Janelle, what do you say? How did you become so strategic in your saving?
Honestly, I really don't know how I got this way. I just feel like I was born a Scrooge. I did have help. And so these are some of the tactics that I feel worked for me. And I don't know if they're going to work for other kids. Not every kid is like me. But my dad helped in the way that he made it, I guess it wasn't even like an allowance. It was like the things that he really valued and he wanted me to do well. He would be like, okay, first of all, when you get money, like if it's a Christmas gift or birthday gift or whatever, and a family member gave me money, he'd be like, all right, you have a choice. You can give it to me and I will match it. So like, let's say I get $50 from my grandfather for Christmas, right? And he'd be like, if you give it to me, I'll match it and we'll put it in the bank for you. So then now I magically have $100 when I started with $0. So that made me feel good. Magically. Or you could spend it. But I mean, obviously, I don't know. I was always business minded from when I was young. Me and my cousin used to be out there in school like, yo, I'm going to sell you an airhead. Oh, 50 cents for a blow pop. Oh, 25 cents for an airhead.
That's heavy. That's a heavy. That's inflated prices.
About the shmoney, yo. And we were serious too. We'd be out there selling and kids wanted the candy and they would pay for it. Yeah, he would match me on gifts and he would also match me on... Whenever I brought home a report card, he'd be like, all right, every A that you get, I'm going to give you $20. So by the time a semester is over, I'm looking at like a cool $100, if not more, right? If I get straight A's.
And that's a semester. So
right?
Not 4 semesters.
Right.
You easily get your kids on the honor roll.
I'm saying.
And cleaning up the house if you give them allowance.
I was always all about my money. So, and I mean, I guess it was also the fact that like that's what he used to equate value to, because other parents would be like, oh, you got an A on your test, I'll take you out for McDonald's. I don't want no damn McDonald's. Yeah, give me that 20. So yeah, I don't know, I guess it was just the value that he placed on things that were important, and then the fact that he was matching me, obviously that would get me super excited. Every time I got some extra money, I'm like, Dad, you matching me? Look what I got.
I'll be like, sit down. This is a short month. February.
And I mean, he put that value on things as well, because I mean, I didn't come from an affluent family. Like my dad was working 3 jobs at once when I was younger, so it was just
man.
Yeah, it was just a matter of like, this is what he found important, and he wanted me to value money, and he wanted me to value the work that came behind it, which was the report card. Or I mean, granted, if it was a gift, it was like, okay, I'm giving you this out of the kindness of my heart, I'll match you because we're building, we're stacking, right? So I think by the time I was like in high school, no, not even, it was like junior high, we went and we opened a bank account for me. And of course, I'm super excited because I feel grown now. I got my own bank account. Of course, his name is on it, but I have a bank account. And whenever I wanted to, I would go to him and be like, I got money. Can you match me? Let's go to the bank. And he would take me. He would make the time. I don't know. Things like that just made me feel like I was building towards something. Of course, like, he gave me the choice. If I wanted to spend it, I could. But I had a bank account. Grown out here. Like, I got, by the time, middle school, I probably had like over $500 in the bank. Like, I was excited about this. So, I don't know. Those little tactics, I guess, to me worked, but I can't speak for other children.
And you see, I like that. I like how you put that as far as like the bank account and, building that way. And I think I'm definitely going to incorporate that with the children. You already know that's something that we're going to do. But to show, and the way that my mother had incorporated with me was she had it, but it was all like secretly done by herself. I think incorporating the children in that process,
right, so they can see the growth.
Yeah, that will definitely do. As far as for like myself and what my household, what we're doing, there is like with that my children are getting any sorts of money out of me at this point, other than just love and buying, is through your chores. We use an app called Chore Monster, and it also has a parent app that's called Mothership. And basically, it's all geared towards the children. You set the goals as far as like their chores they have to do in the house, whether it's sweeping up, maybe, washing window panes, whatever it is. You put the chore in there. You set the limit of points that they get. And then for me personally, it's like if you do all your chores all week, you get this amount of money. So for each child, I basically cut them in half, right? So my 11-year-old, she'd be getting like a $5.50 every week after all her chores are done. My 3-year-old, she would be making $1.25 a week. She doesn't really understand it, and as well as getting to incorporate and show them the different coins, value of the coins, as well as on the dollars as well. So granted, it's not as much as Janelle's been making her life. Maybe I need to up the ante, which will increase the want.
I never get paid for chores. Like, I did not live in a household where there was value on chores. It was your ass was going to do it. There was no question about it. You don't get paid for chores. Like, that's just something that needs to happen. All of the children out there who are getting paid for chores, y'all living the life. But again, like I said, he put the value on the things that mattered to him, which was schoolwork, which was your education, So I don't know. It just depends. Another good thing to teach your kids from young is how a checkbook works. And the thing is that a lot of people in the modern age don't use checkbooks, and they don't even know what a checkbook is. They like to write a check. I've seen grown adults not know how to write a check.
Yes. I've had to show them where their routing number is on their check.
Yeah, it's not okay. In order to get people excited about how the bank works, and I mean, of course, when I was younger, they had like the little interest on your money when you got. So I had like I said, over like $500 in the account, and then it wasn't a lot, but it was still exciting to see that my money was growing. It was like, oh, you got 6 cents on this, billing statement or whatever, little things like that. But a checkbook and knowing how to balance your checkbook and knowing how to write a check is super important. And I feel like that helps people understand, like, you put this in, this comes out, you put this in and you put more in, and then by the time you get down here, you have this much money. And
I agree.
It's just all about having them understand the value of money. Those are our little tips. Hopefully they can work for you and your children. I know they work for me.
If you have any other tips, please do not hoard it all for yourself. Share with the community.
Share the wealth.
Come on.
Like the video, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell.
Come back so you can see our beautiful faces.
Oh, dear God. Next week for another video. That's my best friend Shenielle.
And that's my best friend Janelle.
We should set a limit on how much you can sing. Like, if you guys get us to like 50 shares, she'll stop singing.
I would hate it, but I would love it. Y'all do it, and I'll stop singing for y'all.
Oh my God. Okay. What up, though?
I just want to get real personal.